saying I'm offline. Right, I'm online. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome. Okay, so why am I not seeing this? So let me do a little tutorial. Set up YouTube live stream using MS Teams and OBS.
So here's the thing, people pay me upwards of $50,000, $55,000 to coach them. And I want to do this for you for free because I think that I can actually help you have your best month ever just in time for Christmas, Black Friday, and the end of the year. So on this page, you can click the link. I'll see you on the other side. And by the way, here's a couple things that you'll be getting, but not limited to. I'm going to show you how to create a course. I'm going to show you how to find buyers. I'm going to show you how to package and price like the pros. I'm going to show you how to get on top of your emotions so that no longer do you get emotional or triggered or frustrated or even overwhelmed, so that you can rely on not only yourself, but create consistent revenue inside your business for the rest of the year. All right, so click the link. See you on the other side.
Grammarly can help you write quickly and confidently, so you never have to slow down at work. Stay on top of emails, documents, and more without having to stay put. Whether you're working on your computer or on your phone, Grammarly provides instant writing advice, so your messages are clear without sounding rushed. Instant corrections make your writing mistake-free, while keeping it short, sweet, and fitting in tone. Join more than 20 million people who use Grammarly's writing assistant every day. Download Grammarly today for better, smarter, faster writing at work.
I'm going to go with the primary YouTube ingest server. I could choose my video bitrate. I'm just going to leave that where it is, and I'm also going to select this prefer hardware encoding. That was set by default, and I'll just leave that as it is, and then click on next. Okay, it looks like it went through and it tested things out and it assigned these different values. So it's going to be a high quality stream. I could see my output resolution, the frames per second, and this all looks great. So I can now go ahead and apply my settings. And so everything is now set to go. I've entered a stream key. I've set up my stream settings. And now all I need to do is click on start streaming. Okay, so what this has done now is the stream has kicked off. You see that I am now live. I'm 7, 8, 9 seconds into my recording and the stream is live. And what I'll do now is let me minimize OBS, and here I'm going to look at YouTube, and here I can see that the stream has kicked off. I see a preview of it, and this is my team's content that is now being presented. Now, one of the things I can also do if I go back to OBS, some of the things that I can do is, let's say that I didn't want to just include this window. Maybe I want to show some text overlays, or I want to show other content as part of the video stream. What I can do is if I click on this plus button here, I could add text, I could add images, I could add other content to sit alongside here. So let me go ahead and I'll add some text. Okay, I typed in my text, and then I could place that within the stream window, and here I'll place the actual team stream here. And if I go back to YouTube now, there's a slight lag in the content showing up, but here I can see that the content that I put into OBS is now coming through on the stream. All right, so I am now streaming to YouTube. What I can also do, if I want to stream to multiple services, what I can do is I can also open up another instance of OBS. And when I do that, it says, hey, OBS is already running and I want to launch anyway. And what this will do is this will launch yet another instance of OBS. And what I could do here is if I go to File and then I go to Settings, I could go to the Streaming tab and I could add another streaming service on here. So I could add Facebook Live. I could type in the key for Facebook Live. And just like I kicked off my stream for YouTube, I could kick off a stream for Facebook. So I could stream to multiple services at the same time.
Yes, I'd like an extra large pizza, please, with pepperoni. Oh, and throw on some extra cheese. Oh, and while you're at it, some bacon.
Hi everyone, my name is Kevin. Today I want to show you how you can set up a live event in Microsoft Teams. And as full disclosure, before we jump into this, I work at Microsoft as a full-time employee. My HR department requires me to say that anytime I talk about Microsoft products. Now, if you're brand new to Microsoft Teams and you're just trying to figure out how to use Teams, I've done a video on that. I'd recommend starting there. However, if you're a more veteran user of Teams and you're looking at what some of the advanced functionality is, or maybe you work at a company where an executive wants to talk about the quarterly results, to set up either one. All right, well, why don't we jump into it and I'll show you how to set up a live event. Here I am in Microsoft Teams and I'm just in the standard Teams view here. And to set up a live event, it's pretty simple. So what we're gonna do to set up a live event is let's click on the calendar pivot over on the left-hand side. If you don't see calendar here by types of events or meetings that I could set up, you could do cookie company. So we're gonna do the Kevin's, so let's say this time. So let's go ahead and add additional presenters to this meeting. So this is anyone who I want to give the ability to friend Alex, all right here. I'll go ahead and unmute that. I could also see my settings and I'm going to go ahead and join the event. Don't worry, when you just join the event, it won't start broadcasting right away. So what's going to happen now is this will drop me in the main event view. And now a few things I want to call out. So here I can see the title of the meeting. I can also see the time that's elapsed. I currently have 0 attendees in my live event. As attendees join, you'll see this number go up and it says pre-live. Now down below, I have a few here. So what I could do is you see it says add video or content from below, and then you have this single source or
I used to get a lot of rash since I have sensitive skin, but with Nua pads, I don't have them anymore.
It comes with a disposable cover.
Using the OBS virtual camera in our Microsoft Teams meetings. Using the OBS virtual camera in our Microsoft Teams meetings. So we've got the plugins that we need, and that's the OBS virtual camera. And I'm going to show you how to set that up and basically set that up with OBS and Microsoft Teams. So you need to go ahead and open OBS Studio. So these are the scenes that we made earlier. So we're going to scrap these for now. I'm just going to remove all of these. We won't be using any of those at the moment. We're going to be creating a new setup for that one. So we're going to go up to the top here and we have the tools menu and you want to click on virtual cam. So by default this is not set up like this.
Hilarious. Kelly did.
Have it's something similar to this. So I'm going to make sure that auto start is enabled, and I'm going to turn on horizontal flip, and we'll see why when we start showing text from like browser sources and stuff. Horizontal flip basically turns that background into a way that you can actually read it. So the buffered frames we're going to set to 0 because we want 0 latency. This only really plays in effect if you're using this to actually stream. It'll basically record like dropped frames and lag for the end user, the person who's viewing you, but we don't need to worry about that. So we'll set buffered frames to 0. I'm going to set the target camera to OBS camera. So with these settings as they are, we can go ahead and click start. And what that's doing is it's now running a virtual webcam in the background. To activate this in Microsoft Teams, we're going to go ahead and open up our Microsoft Teams window. Just drag that in here for you. Of anything in our broadcast window. So we need to start adding things in our broadcast window that we actually want to use. So I can go ahead and close this now. I'm just going to throw this back out of the way. And click on settings. And under settings, we're going to go to devices. And under the camera, we're going to select our OBS camera. So at the moment, the preview is showing a blank screen, and that's because if we open up OBS, we don't have anything in our broadcast window. So we need to start adding things in our broadcast window that we actually want to use. So I can go ahead and close this now. I'm just going to throw this back out of the way over here. So we're going to start adding things to our broadcast window. And let's have a look what we're going to be adding. Okay, so back in OBS, we're going to create 2 scenes. You can create as many as you like, but just for the purpose of our Teams meeting presentation, I'm going to create 2 scenes. The first one, I'm going to rename this, and I'm going to call this one opening screen. And the second one, I'm going to name presentation. So in the opening screen, this is going to be like the first screen which I'm going to show people in my meeting that arrive to my meeting. It's basically going to say what the meeting's going to be about. Maybe have a few images in there, and I think we'll just leave it at that. We don't need our webcam for that one, so for this I'm going to add a text GDI source, and I'm going to name this title. And for the title, I'm going to call this one Demonstration of the Use of OBS with Microsoft Teams. You can see it's gone massively over the page, so we want to scale this down to something like 72 should be fine. And I can go ahead, scroll down and change a bunch of other options in here. So I can change the color, I can add outlines, I can add gradient effects. Just for simplicity, we're just going to change the color. So I'm going to change the color.
Where did I find that banner?